Hello everyone, hope you all fine. Today I am again with you with the same chapter 7 triangles, exercise 7.3 and question number 4th onward. Till question number 3rd I have explained in my previous video. You can see that question number 4th I am going to read. In question number 4th, BE and the CF are the two equal altitudes of the triangle. Using RHS congruency rule, you have to prove that the triangle ABC is isosceles triangle. If you want to prove any triangle isosceles, in that case you have to prove if either you have to prove AB equal to AD, AB equal to AC, or you have to prove that angle B equal to angle C. But we have to use the RHS congruency rule, and the figure is also not given in the question. You can see that first they have made the triangle ABC, then they put a perpendicular or altitude from the vertex C, which is CF, and the another altitude BF, which is also perpendicular to the AC. Now see what we have to do. So we have to use the RHS congruency rule. So for that RHS congruency rule, first you will take the triangles FBC. You can see that in right angle triangle FBC, this is the CFB or CFB, it's a CFB, and BE and C. It's written there is written BEB, it's not BEB, it's BEC. So these are the two triangles. In these two triangles we have given that BC is the hypotenuse, because you can see that it is a 90-degree angle and it is also 90-degree, and you can see that in both the triangle BC is the hypotenuse. So you can see that BC equal to these hypotenuse are common and equal also, and side BE, this BE side is equal to side CF. It is also given in the question that the equal altitude, you can see that equal altitude, these altitudes are equal, one side is equal when altitudes are equal, and one angle, these two angles are 90-degree. You can see that these are angle BEC and CFB. These two triangles angles are 90-degree. So you can see that from RHS congruency rule, RHS means right angle, one is right angle, one is hypotenuse, and one is side. So you can see that from RHS congruency rule both the triangles are congruent to each other. So you can see that by CPCT this angle BCE, that means this whole angle is equal to angle CBF, that means this angle, and these two angles are equal by CPCT. So we can say that in triangle ABC, now angle B equal to angle C, hence the side AB equal to AC also by isosceles triangle property. So we can say that it is an isosceles triangle. Now move to the next question. This is the last question of this exercise. ABC is an isosceles triangle. That means this equal to this. It is given in the question, AB equal to AC. And AP is perpendicular drawn to the side BC. You can see that it is also given in the question. Now we have to prove that angle B is equal to angle C. Though you know that if triangle ABC is isosceles, so angle B equal to angle C. But we will not take it because we have to prove it. Whatever you have to prove, you cannot write it in the given section. We have to prove. Now see that we will take these two triangle ABP and ACP. Now if you will carefully see these two triangles, you can see that AB equal to AC, it is given in the question, the first thing. And the second thing is ABP, APB, that means this angle, and this angle APC. Both the angles are equal because both are 90-degree, and you can see that AP is equal to common, it's common. So you can see that right angle, hypotenuse, and side. From RHS congruency both the triangles are congruent. So by CPCT you can see that angle B is equal to angle B is equal to angle C. This exercise is finished. Now move to the next exercise. These are the two theorems 7.7 and 7.8 which will be widely used in the next exercise 7.4. Now what are these two theorems? I am going to read. In any triangle, the side opposite to the largest or greatest angle is longer. You should understand this. If you will make any triangle like this, suppose this is the largest angle, so this side will be the largest opposite to this. If we will make an obtuse angle triangle, you can see that suppose this is an obtuse angle, so this side will be the largest side among these all three sides. If you will make a triangle like that, and if suppose this is the smallest angle, So this will be the smallest side also. This is the opposite of this theorem. Now move to the next theorem, which you have studied from class 5th. The sum of two sides of a triangle is greater than third side. You know that if you will take any two triangle, the construction is also only possible when the sum of these two sides is greater than this one. Otherwise, just you can take the sum of these two sides should be greater than this one, and the sum of these two sides should be greater than this one. So the sum of two sides should be greater than the third side. Then only you can construct a triangle, or it's possible to form a triangle. Now move to the next exercise. So as I told you that you will use this theorem widely in this exercise. The longer side in front of the biggest angle, the side will be longer. So this theorem we will use in this question. Now see that the first question, so that the right angle triangle, the hypotenuse is the longest side. There is nothing given, the figure you have made yourself. You can see that it's a right angle triangle ABC, the right angle at B, and you have to prove that the hypotenuse is the biggest side. That means AC is the biggest side. You have to prove that. So you will see that since we know that angle B is equal to 90 degree, so we know that the sum of all three angles is equal to 180 degrees. So you can easily understand that A plus C will be 90, because this is 90 degree, B is 90 degree. So obviously the sum of A and C will also be 90 degree. Why we are writing this? To understand that this is the biggest angle. Angle B is the biggest. This is the 90 degree, but the sum of A and C is 90 degree. Hence you can see that angle B is the biggest. So you can say that angle B is greater than angle A. Angle B is greater than angle A, obviously. So in front of the angle B, you will see that in front of angle B, which side is lie? It's AC side. So we have written AC. Similarly, in front of angle A, you can see that BC side lie in front of this. So you can write BC. So you have assumed equation number 1. Now move to the next part. You can see that angle B is greater than angle C. Angle B is greater than angle C. Similarly, like the previous one, angle B is greater than angle C. In front of angle B, you can see that in front of angle B there is AC side. We have written AC. Similarly, in front of angle C, we have AB. In front of angle C, we have AB. In front of angle C, you can see that it's AB. So this is assumed like equation number 2. If you will see carefully equation number 1 and equation 2, you can see that AC is greater than AB. Similarly, AC is greater than AB, greater than BC and AB. Hence, AC is the greatest side among these all. So we can say that the hypotenuse is the longest side. Now move to the next question. This is the next question. In question number 2, you can see that AB and AC of triangle ABC are extended to point P and Q. These are the AB line and it's the AC line. These are extended till P and Q. You can see that. And we have given that PBC. That is, this is PBC. PBC means this one angle. And QC is less than QCB. It's QCB, this one angle. So this is less than this angle. You can see that it is given in the question. Now we have to prove that AC is greater than AB. This we have to prove. So how we will solve it? This I have written from the question. You can see that this I have written from the question. If you will just apply the exterior angle property, you can see that PBC, that means this angle. By the exterior angle property, you can see that this angle PBC is equal to angle 1 plus angle 2 is less than. I have written in place of less than the same sign. Now in place of QCB, this is the QCB angle. The QCB by exterior angle property, you can write it angle 1 plus angle 3. Now you can say that angle 1 will be cancelled to angle 1. So angle 2 is less than angle 3. If you will see carefully angle 3, if you will see the side opposite to angle 2, the side opposite to angle 2 is this. It's AB side. So I will write it here AB. It's AB. I'm not able to write it properly. The side is AB. Similarly, in place of angle 3, you can see that this is the opposite side of angle B, and angle B is angle 3 is AC. So we can write it AC here. AC. C. So we get AB. AB is less than AC. You can see that I am writing clearly here. AB is less than AC. Or you can reverse it, like you can write it AC is greater than AB. You can write it like that also. In the answer sheet, the question was written with another method, but I thought that this is the easier one. Now move to the next question, question number 3rd.